Number 1 with the number 2, the sun versus the moon. Now here we have some complications. Okay, your life is going to be more complicated than everyone else's. You have the sun, the brightest thing in the entire universe. The thing that shines light in us all, that gives us all energy, that makes the world worth living. And then you have the moon, the absolute reflector. Now, you have the absolute reflector of the brightest thing in the universe, you've got the darkest thing in the universe. Okay? That's the brightest thing in the universe versus the darkest thing in the universe. You're going to have a little bit of a problem. Okay? In essence, that's the highest of the high and the lowest of the low. Everybody falls in between those two extremes. Everybody. So you are never going to be satisfied with anybody unless they have the same combination in them. Either they won't be exciting enough to fulfill your sun, or they won't be deep enough to fulfill your moon. Now that becomes a very difficult thing when it comes to relationships. Okay? It basically says you're going to want something that only exists in a very, very few individuals. Obviously, not being satisfied can be a very difficult thing. But just know that you are going to gain a great deal of understanding in this world through this combination. Okay? You will be able to see exactly where anyone falls in between these two extremes. So if they're this positive, you can get right with them and be that positive. If they're this negative, you can get right with them and become that negative. And you can basically relate to anyone. But it is a very complicated thing to have in one person. Never being satisfied is very frustrating. You might want to give your mate a break, because they will not have, everything in them unless they have this combination as well. But either way, the sun and the moon is extremely powerful. You can make anything you want happen with the power of the sun. And you can understand anything and everything that anyone else is going through with the moon. So, great and powerful combination, but complicated and a little bit difficult. Both part of a line called the line of physical. And it basically says, you should be able to climb mountains. Okay? You need to keep your body in top physical condition. If you want to do an easy job, it would be a physical job. Obviously, that would be easy for you. But 1 and 2, both part of the line of physical, complicated mix. Either way.